Oh man, is it that time, y'all? Man, I am excited. I am excited. Welcome aboard, everybody. Welcome, family. Welcome. This is the Cave Within, your live ambient sanctuary for all things poetry, meditation, and stillness. Bringing back the PMS effect as summer 2026 is in full effect now. And we're heating things up, baby. We're heating things up. We're coming in hot. We're coming in so hot this summer. And yeah, it's been a while since I've been within the cave within, like always. And for those who've been tuning in on a regular basis to the Cave Within live broadcasts within this digital sanctuary, I apologize for taking a few days off. Well, take about maybe almost almost 2 weeks off. It's been almost 2 weeks since I did my last stream when I did my Sunday night soul session. I believe it was back on May the 24th, if I'm not mistaken correctly. But regardless, we are back. Had to do a little bit of inner cave work myself because I practice what I preach. There's a reason why I named this sanctuary the Cave Within because we all have this inner cave within us. You could call it, your dark side, or you can call it your shadow, so to speak. And every now and then we get called upon to go within our shadow or go within our cave. But have no fear over that, y'all, because a lot of people want to run away from the dark when they should run towards the dark. Because last time I checked, birth, discovery, and transformation takes place in the dark. I mean, look at human existence, for example. We literally came into this world from the darkness of the womb. So that's a really good example right there of as far as the importance of balancing out the dark and the light and understanding you can't have one without the other and all of that stuff. So I was basically doing my latest rounds of inner cave work within myself, you know, recovering from a little bit of stress, a little bit of burnout, had to hit the reset button on a couple of things, renew some things, and reset a few things. But here we are. We are officially back at it once again. This is the Cave Within. And for those who are listening to the Cave Within Digital Sanctuary, welcome aboard, family. I appreciate y'all for taking time wherever you may be, however you may be listening. Every now and then, I may take breaks from doing the Cave Within just so I can do my own inner cave work. That way, I can come out of the cave stronger, tougher, and more resilient for you, everyone who is tuning in to the Cave Within on a regular basis. So, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm super excited. It's been a while. Like I said, it's been almost 2 weeks since I've done my last broadcast within the Cave Within Sanctuary, and we're gonna get right into it, y'all. Because again, for those who are listening for the first time, we base every broadcast off of a certain theme, and I figured the theme for tonight would be the MAHA mantra: peace, presence, and spiritual return. I figured it's only right as far as, Saturday Night Live for the Spirit, Cave Within digital broadcast for all things poetry, meditation, and stillness. And again, for those listening for the very first time, this is the Cave Within, your live ambient sanctuary for a balanced fusion of poetry, meditation, and stillness. And for everyone tuned in, tonight's stream is for unwinding and returning, like always, to yourself through poetry, meditation, and frequency based immersion as we channel our chakras, right? Oh, we got to channel our chakras without a doubt. And speaking of which, I plan on doing a throat chakra, third eye chakra, and crown chakra night to kind of round up the infinity chakra, poetic inspiration, spiritual awakening that we're doing to kind of really continue to keep things up from a spiritual standpoint over the summer. So be on the lookout this coming week, y'all. Continue to hit that subscribe button. Kicks.com. Thank you, Kicks, for allowing the cave within to broadcast whenever it's time to broadcast. It's Kicks.com / Mr. Did Not Give Up 44. And those who are listening for the first time, Mr. Did Not Give Up 44, my tag, came from one of my self improvement books that I wrote called The Man Who Didn't Give Up, how you could understand chaos, turmoil, and uncertainty within the course of your life, because not every day is going to be perfect. There's going to be chaotic days. There's going to be a lot of uncertainty in most days. There's going to definitely be some turmoil here and there as well. But it's just a matter of building up your own resilience plan to where you can grow stronger and tougher through the resistance and continue to march forward one day at a time, one step at a time. And it's funny because I was looking at my guided scriptures within my Holy Bible app that I do every day, and I came across the scripture from the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 34, and it's one of my favorite scriptures. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, because today has its own worries. Sufficient is the trouble within the day and everything of that nature. As in other words, just take it one day at a time, one step at a time, without a doubt. That is for sure. But again, for those listening for the very first time, the cave within, this is for the restless souls, the night feelers, the deep feelers, the ones who want to unwind at night, study or focus, sleep, reflect, or feel spiritually or creatively recentered. And again, tonight's theme is called the MAHA mantra, often called the great mantra. And I'm going to tell you why this is the theme in particular for tonight. Because earlier today, I attended a kirtan music meditation, excuse me, and that's based off of everything that's practiced within the art of the Krishna and everything. And it's kind of pointing back to the anointed one, kind of like the Christ and all those type of things. But anywho, I did a meditation there. Friend of mine's been trying to get me to go check it out, and I finally had the opportunity to check it out, and I actually enjoyed it. It was very, very powerful. It moved me and inspired me so much to where I figured I wanted to make the return to the cave within and bring the Maha mantra. That way we can continue to heat things up in the summer and practice more stillness with a different approach and a different perspective. Cheers to that, y'all. Cheers to that alone. But yes, the Maha Mantra, it's often called the Great Mantra. I was doing some research on this a little earlier after I did the meditation and stuff. Basically, it's a sacred chant that's used to promote peace, elevate consciousness, the consciousness that's within you, aka the spirit of the Most High God, all those type of things, all that for the most part within you. It's used to promote peace, elevate consciousness, and awaken spiritual love. And that's what we're going to focus on tonight. Because tonight we're not rushing into explanation. We're just going to enter nice and slow, taking our time with it, easing ourselves in, right? We're making room necessary for the sound, the stillness, the breath, and the sacred repetition. That's what the cave within is all about. So, wherever you are tonight, let this be your invitation from yours truly, Clifton Pope with Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business, your guide for the cave within, your live digital sanctuary for poetry, meditation, and stillness. Let this be your invitation for you to soften. So, like always, we're going to take our first deep breath together, and we're going to take a couple of breaths in together so we can kind of set the tone, like always, and begin to establish that stillness and ground ourselves from within and all around us, right? So, let's take a nice inhale through our nose for 3 to 5 seconds, hold our breath for 3 to 5 seconds, and then exhale slowly through your nose or mouth for 3 to 5 seconds. We'll repeat that again. Inhale through your nose. Again, hold your breath for 3 to 5 seconds and then exhale slowly through your nose or mouth for 3 to 5 seconds. And we'll do that one more time, really Inhaling through your nose, letting your shoulders drop, relaxing your jaw, softening your hands as you hold your breath, and then slowly exhale through your nose or through your mouth, whichever is more suitable or comfortable. And like always, if this space helps you breathe easier, again, support it by subscribing to kicks.com / Mr. Did Not Give Up 44 at Mr. Did Not Give Up 44. So with that being said, we're going to go right into it, y'all. We're going to definitely ground ourselves for sure. We're going to go right into grounding ourselves with the breath like we always do. And we're going to be introducing the MAHA mantra, the great mantra. So, again, tonight we're moving with the energy of the MAHA mantra. And here's basically what the chant is for the MAHA mantra, excuse me. It's basically Hane and Hane, which is the divine energy, the divine feminine energy, or the supreme energy of the Most High God. Then you got Krishna, the all attractive one. And then you got Rama, which is the reservoir, excuse me, of joy and divine pleasure. So the chant is basically built around three sacred names, Hane, Krishna, and Rama. So it's basically Hane Krishna, Hane Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hane Hane, and then Hane Rama, Hane Rama, Rama Rama, Hane Hane. I know it sounds a little bit weird and it sounds a little bit crazy, but if you add like a certain like frequency and tone when you're singing the chant, however it makes you feel good from within yourselves, it becomes so powerful because again, you're tapping into that divine feminine energy, right? You're tapping into that divine joy and that divine pleasure. And honestly, when you put that mantra together, it's like it's a spiritual petition, put it like that. And another way of kind of breaking down the mantra is Hane Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hane Rama, Hane Rama, Rama Rama, Hane Hane. If that's a little bit too confusing or a little bit too complicated or maybe throwing you off a little bit, look at it from this perspective. You could say it like this in a spiritual petition format. O divine, O sacred energy, draw me back into your presence, engage me in alignment, in love, in remembrance. That is the Maha mantra broken down in the most simplest terms I could put it to you, courtesy of the cave within. So remember, y'all, the Maha mantra, O divine, O sacred energy, draw me back into your presence, engage me in enlightenment, in love, and in remembrance. And that is how we don't have to necessarily perform it perfectly. We don't have to force the understanding of it. And overall, like always, we'll just let the sound move through you more so than anything. So, what we're going to do, of course, I want you to take one more breath in through your nose. Inhale through your nose, y'all, for 3 to 5 seconds. Hold your breath for 3 to 5 seconds. And then again, we're going to exhale slowly for 3 to 5 seconds. And yeah, we're about to get right into our first poetry piece as it's time to sprinkle in some spoken words now that we calmed ourselves through the power of the breath, like always. And I was trying to figure out a particular name for this poem. And I figured, you know what? Let's just call it Name. Why not, right? I know it's strange, but that's the name of the first poem. We're literally calling it Name. And here's why. There are names that do more than identify, they awaken. Names that are not labels, but doorways, not language only, but vibration. A sacred name can gather what the weak scattered. It can call spirit back from the edges, back from the static, back from the ache of too much thinking. And when the heart repeats what is holy, something loosens. Not because the world changed instantly, but because the soul remembered where home is. And that is the official name home. Ironically enough, no pun intended, the name of the poem that I just did, the first poem, is literally the word name itself. Because again, there are names that do more than identify, they awaken. Names that are not labels but doorways, not language only but vibration. A sacred name can gather what the weak scattered. It can call the spirit back from the edges, back from the static, back from the ache of too much thinking. And when the heart repeats what is holy, something loosens. Not because the world changed instantly, but because the soul remembered where home is. The official name home. And like always, let me know how you're feeling in the chat about everything going on within the cave within. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the feedback. It allows us to grow and it allows us to stay engaged to where we can continue to empower, uplift, and inspire people. So let me know how y'all are feeling in the chat without a doubt, and we'll keep that rocking and rolling for sure. And yes, I wanted to let that settle for a little bit because sometimes repetition is not emptiness. Sometimes repetition is return. And look at it like this. The world trains us to repeat stress over and over again, especially with how much it's being televisually programmed within us alone, right? Um, it tells us about, repeating, the world trains us to repeat headlines, fear, self-doubt, but a sacred chant like the MAHA mantra or any other chant that can empower, uplift, and inspire you can give us a whole new rhythm, a better thing to repeat, and a holier vibration to where you can live inside and tap into that divine power that's already within you. That is for sure. And with that being said, we're going to keep things rocking and rolling without a doubt. We're going to go right into this second poetry piece. We ain't wasting no time within the cave within because it's been a while, but at the same time, we ain't going to waste no time. We're going to get right into it, y'all. This second piece that I put together for y'all for this cave within your live digital sanctuary for all things poetry, meditation, stillness. It's called Sacred Repetition. And here's why. What if healing is not always a new idea? What if sometimes it is an old truth spoken slowly enough to finally enter the body? What if peace is not found in adding more noise, but in returning to one clear sound again and again until the spirit says, yes, that's the frequency I've been missing. Sacred repetition, y'all. Sacred repetition. How y'all feeling, y'all? How y'all feeling? We coming in hot. We heating things up, baby. The Cave Within live Saturday night live for the spirit. I just want to make sure y'all feel it. Sacred repetition, y'all. I say all of that to say, what if healing is not always a new idea? What if sometimes it is an old truth spoken slowly enough to finally enter the body? What if peace is not found in adding more noise, but in returning to one clear sound again and again until the spirit, your spirit, says, yes, that's the frequency, that's the energy, and that's the vibration I've been missing. Sacred repetition, baby. Sacred repetition. Wanted to let that sink in for a little bit as we knocking out all these poetry pieces rather smoothly and rather quickly. But now that we established the stillness, now that we got the poetry pieces out the way, again, it feels good to be back within the cave within after taking I guess you can call it a 13-day break as far as me just having to, again, do my inner cave work and come back stronger, tougher, and more resilient because we all have to do that from time to time. We all have to hit the reset button every now and then, especially if we get stressed out, burnt out, and we just need to, pause and check in with ourselves before we check in with the world. Because it's like what the late great Nipsey Hussle said. I'd rather be at peace with myself and go to war with the world than be at peace with the world and go to war with myself. That doesn't make any sense if you ask me. I'd rather be at peace with myself and go to war and go to battle with whatever, the world brings to me on a regular basis. Because again, going back to that scripture in the book of Matthew, do not worry about tomorrow because today has its own worries. It has its own problems. It has its own stresses. It has its own potential anxiety and pressure that we have to deal with. Enough that's enough within one day's work alone, let me tell you, that's for sure. But all right, y'all, this is the moment of truth. We're about to make our transition into our ambient immersion. We're gonna dive right into our meditation. For those who are listening on our regular listeners and broadcast listeners, we're definitely gonna get into the meditation. We're gonna be diving into some the most relaxing river that you could ever think of. It's just nice mountain river sound frequency immersion. We're gonna lock into all of that here in the cave within as we make our transition here. Everything situated for y'all. One second here. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Cave within, baby. Cave within. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, we got the sound back. We got the sound back. All right. For those who are listening to the first time for the cave within, we're going to move now into the ambient portion of the night. This is usually where less talking takes place, more room for you to just be in tune with yourself, be in tune with your breath, be in tune with the relaxing frequencies, the relaxing sound. This is usually the part where if you want to study, you can study. If you want to focus in on the ambient frequency-based immersions and the ambient immersions, you're more than welcome to. If you want to get some rest, get some rest. If you want to fall asleep to it, if it's been a long day, I totally get it. I understand. Let this be how you fall asleep. If you want to pray, meditate, treat this as your moment of silence, by all means, that's what the faith within is all about. Or if you want to simply reflect and just be held by the atmosphere and be present in the moment, by all means, whatever moves you from within your mind, your body, your spirit, your heart, your gut, and your overall soul, that's all that I can really ask for. It really is. But as we tune into our breath like we were doing earlier, inhaling through our nose for 3 to 5 seconds, holding our breath for 3 to 5 seconds, exhaling for 3 to 5 seconds, beginning our breath cycle, we shall close our eyes, soft or soften our gaze, whichever is more comfortable. Let's release ourselves from our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our ego, and just be in tune. Notice how we're feeling from head to toe. Release any tension and stress that you may be experiencing as the soundscape settles in, as we become the observer and the watcher of our thoughts, feelings, emotions, and ego. I wanna let our mind, body, spirit, heart, and go our heart our mind, body, spirit, heart, gut, and soul hear this. I am safe enough to soften. I am safe enough to breathe. I am safe enough to receive peace. And I am safe enough to return to center. And again, also, as you continue to inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose or mouth, again, just every now and then, just kind of tune in to the power of the frequency, the sound, tune into the power of your breath, and just begin to relax into our ambient immersion. This is yours truly, Clifton Pope, the cave within, your guide here in the cave within, and I'll be right back to check check in with y'all within this frequency block. Stay tuned. Alright, y'all, I'm still here guiding you here at Cave Within, your live vision sanctuary for all things poetry, meditation, and stillness. This is Clifton Pope of Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business back with you. Continue to inhale through your nose, holding your breath, letting your breath expand your chest, expand your belly button, let it fill you up from head to toe, crown of your head to the roots of your feet as you exhale. Continue to let the sound hold you. And a reminder, you do not have to force stillness. Let it find you. Like we said in the MAHA mantra earlier, Hane Krishna, Hane Krishna. Continue to return to yourself, and if peace arrives, let it stay. Let it stay. And remember, it's Hane Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just kind of allow that to play within yourself. And inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose with the mouth as we continue to just embrace the overall frequency, embrace being in the present moment, taking a moment to just again begin the final observations of everything within your mind, body, spirit, heart, gut, and soul, and simply just acknowledge and accept and embrace it more than anything. Say, thank you, mind, thank you, body, thank you, spirit, thank you, heart, thank you, gut, thank you, soul. As we begin to come back together into our mind, into our body, into our spirit, heart, gut, and soul. As we wind things down, like always, with our final three inhales, our final three exhales that we do within every frequency-based immersion. Again, as we inhale through our nose for 3 to 5 seconds, holding our breath again for 3 to 5 seconds, and then we shout exhale slowly for 3 to 5 seconds. Again, inhaling through our nose for 3 to 5 seconds, holding our breath for 3 to 5 seconds, and again, just exhale slowly through our nose and through our mouth for 3 to 5 seconds. And as we inhale, making it our final biggest inhale of without within the whole practice, inhaling through our nose, holding our breath again for 3 to 5 seconds, and then we'll exhale slowly for 3 to 5 seconds. And as you begin to come back within yourself, if your eyes are closed, you can open your eyes, or if their gaze is softened, you can still open your eyes regardless. And as we begin again to come back together, take a moment and notice within yourself, how are you feeling right now? Let me know how you're feeling in the chat, like always, after that frequency-based immersion. How are we feeling? Are we feeling calm, open, or we're in a reflective state? Or we're in tune with the light from within? Are we feeling more grounded? Are we sleepy? Are we peaceful, present? Whatever is true is welcome, like always, here within the cave within. And I hope the Maha mantra, the soundscape, and the stillness met you tonight where you were. And it I just wanted to let yourself notice the experience as well. No pressure whatsoever. It's just presence. I promise y'all, it's just presence. And like always, if this kind of sacred stillness, if it speaks to you, if your spirit is hungry for more spaces like this, and if you want to stay in tune with the journey of yours truly, Clifton Pope of HFWB, here's some more places you can rest at, or you can look into, or you can tap into. Of course, my poetry book, my latest poetry book, Infinity Chakras, Journey Within. It's available on Amazon in ebook and paperback. You can receive your copy today. And please leave a review so more people can receive their copy as well. And it's actually available on top of that in my Gumroad e-commerce platform. It's available in audiobook as well. So you can get your copy of the Infinity Chakra Journey Within in ebook and paperback on Amazon, or you can get it from my Gumroad e-commerce store in audiobook. And also, speaking of my Gumroad e-commerce store, I also have my Nighttime Sanctuary Volume 1 and Volume 2 pack. Volume 1 is the guided meditation, the first one being on leadership, and the second one being on letting go of fear. And the Nighttime Sanctuary Volume 2 pack, that is my Take Action poem and my Energy and Vibrations poems put together in nice little audio packs you could take with you on the go, just in case if you want to do a nice little meditation or take some poetry with you to help inspire you, empower you, motivate you, help you build courage and resilience towards whatever you may be facing or going through. Definitely check out the Nighttime Sanctuary Volume 1 and 2 pack. Volume 3 pack will be coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. Again, that's in my Gumroad e-commerce store. And also, before I forget, you could also get your copy of The Fitness Mirage, my latest personal development self-help book, where we can unlock the mind and body's full potential through my triple threat system that I practice on a regular basis of primal pattern movements, mindful nutrition, and intermittent to extended fasting. The Fitness Mirage book, you can receive your copy in ebook and paperback on Amazon. And also, it is in audiobook form on my Gumroad e-commerce platform store. So be sure to check that out as well. That is my latest book, The Fitness Mirage, an ebook and paperback on Amazon and an audiobook, the Gumroad e-commerce platform store. And of course, for those who don't know, I am an ISO certified personal trainer, nutritionist, transformation specialist. If you're interested in a free consultation to where we can figure out a customizable plan to help you unlock your mind, body, and spirit's full potential, reach out to me for a free consultation. You can call me at 361-765-4760. That is my personal phone number. You can call me or text me to that number, or you can email me, cpope.cp@gmail.com. We can set up a consultation, whether it's in person, virtually. We can make that happen and we can get you on track to unlocking your mind, body, and your spirit's full potential and overcoming your fitness mirage today. And also, be sure to tune in to the HFWV podcast series. It's available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. That's the Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business podcast series, HFWV podcast series. It's available again on Apple and Spotify podcasts. It's available on Rumble. Be sure to like and subscribe, leave a rating and review so more people can tune in there. And again, if the cave within your live digital sanctuary is helping you sleep, study, breathe, or even just come back to yourself, please support it by hitting the subscribe button. That's kicks.com/ Mr. Did Not Give Up 44 at Mr. Did Not Give Up 44. Subscribe, tip, help keep this alive because your support helps yours truly keep creating the necessary soundscapes, the necessary poetry readings, and just having the most guided experience through every night you experience the cave within, because honestly that's what it's all about, and that's how we're going to continue to come in hot. And let me tell you something, y'all, that is most definitely awesome every single time. And this is yours truly, Clifton Pope, the cave within. Man, I missed y'all, and I truly appreciate y'all. At the end of the day, I hope that, again, the MAHA mantra was able to empower, uplift, and inspire you. And remember, y'all, oh divine, oh sacred energy, draw me back into your presence. Engage me in alignment, in love, and in remembrance. And that was courtesy of the MAHA mantra, the great mantra. And that is how we establish our peace and our presence as we make our spiritual return. And Yours truly is officially back from his spiritual return after establishing some well needed peace and presence within myself, and we shall continue to keep things going without a doubt on the cave within for sure. And again, this is yours truly, Clifton Pope, and your ultimate guide for the cave within. And shout out to all the restless souls, to all the night healers, to the deep feelers. I want to thank you for entering the sanctuary tonight. And I want to leave you with a nice little Tupac quote to close things out. Remember, y'all, life's a wheel of fortune, and it's your chance to spin it because you never know what it could land on. This is Clifton Pope, your guide for the cave within. I'll see y'all next time, baby. Peace.